Hi, I'm Gizzi and welcome back to Wild Dish. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make one of my favourite Korean dishes of all time. It was a revelation when I went over there. It's a really simple dish. It's called Samgyetang, which is a small poached baby chicken that's stuffed with rice and ginseng. This is the main ingredient. The best way to describe it is it's a bit like chicken noodle soup, but Korean. So I'm going to start off by making the rice. I've got some sushi rice here, and it's just been soaked for about an hour. And I'm just going to pour out the liquid, and it's really starchy. This will start the process off. It just starts the whole sort of cooking process because it's been soaked. It just makes it easier to cook. So every single ingredient that I'm going to be showing you in this dish is for vitality and energy and sort of to boost you when you're feeling a bit rubbish. So to that, this is a JUJUBE, which is a Korean date. We've got these things here, which are ginkgo beans. Ginkgo biloba, you've probably heard of it. So I'm going to put some of these in, save a few back for the stock. Then this guy, this is the one that everyone wants. This is ginseng. It's quite a weird ingredient. Sort of hard to get in this country, but it's getting much easier as in its actual root form. And we want to take a few of these root bits at the base and put that in. The flavour of ginseng is really nice and aromatic. And then garlic. We're going to go for about 6 cloves, there we go. And as before, I'm going to have a few of these aromatics sort of floating around in the soup as well. So I'm going to peel 4 of these cloves and I'm going to save 2 for the actual soup. You can get all these ingredients in your local Asian supermarket. To be honest with you, if you bought them online, it's probably easiest. They get delivered to your door. The whole point of this soup is the fact that it's an elixir of all of these good things. I'm going to put loads of salt in here now. You do need to season this rice quite well. It doesn't matter if it's too salty because it will seep out into the stock, and then later on we can season that stock. But if you don't season the rice, it all tastes very, very bland. I'm just going to give this a mix. I'm actually going to cut this JUJUBE in half. Cranky, there we go. Now I'm just going to fill these chicken carcasses up. So we've got these lovely little baby chickens, or POUSSINS, and just stuff them with the rice. You want them quite stuffed. The thing is, the rice will expand as it cooks. You don't want it as full as you might if you were stuffing a normal chicken. I'm always surprised at how much you can actually get into a chicken. Right, I'm just going to give these a wash, just to get off the excess rice. Right, so those are nice and clean. I'm just going to truss them up actually. You'll find that they come with this little bit of string, so we're just going to tie these legs together. Again, you don't have to truss them like a normal chicken. It's just to kind of make them look a little bit neater and stop that rice coming out. So we've got a casserole with a lid. We're going to put the chickens inside that. And then into that we're going to put the ginkgo beans, the ginseng, another JUJUBE, the rest of the garlic. And then I've got this guy, which is some ginger. And I'm just going to do a slice or 2 of that. Some beautiful looking spring onions, look at these. And I'm going to put these in. You can save these end bits for the garnish later on. What we've got here is fresh chicken stock. You have to use fresh stock for this. Chicken stock in a cube won't have the gelatinous properties that you need for this, but also it's such a shame. All this stuff is so good for you and so pure. And you're putting this sodium-filled stock into it, it just sort of really defeats the purpose. And then I'm just topping that up with water. I'm not going to season this now. Reason being is that it's going to, we've got all that salt in the rice, going to seep out. I want to taste it at the end, and also it will reduce a bit. We can get that on at low simmer, and we cook that on a low simmer for about an hour. Before I go and serve this up, I'm going to show you how to make your accompaniments. So one thing which is essential to this is I'm going to serve it with a special seasoned salt. It's just classic salt. In there's some white pepper and a tiny bit of sugar. Tiny bit of sugar. This thing just lifts it. So with every bite, instead of soy sauce or something like that, you take a bit of your chicken and a bit of your rice and you dip it in this mixture. So everyone would get one of these on the table. And then also, Korean food isn't Korean food without the kimchi. All right, this is Nicole's kimchi. So if you want to see how we made this, you need to just click here. But this is going to add a completely different dimension to it. It's got that acidity, it's got fire, and it really brings the whole dish together. All right, and then it's just time to serve it all up. So, oh wow, that looks and smells amazing. So I'm gonna have a little taste. We haven't put any salt in it at the moment, but the sauce is reduced and hopefully that salt would have come out from the middle of the chickens. Yeah, so we don't actually need to season it too much. Okay, now you just gotta be very, very careful when you take these out. They have been cooking for quite a long time, and it means that they are obviously gonna be quite sensitive to falling apart, so just be really, really careful. Okay. And then I'm gonna serve it with some of that amazing juice. Everything that's in there so far, other than the stuff that's inside the actual chicken itself, I'm treating along the lines of it being more of a flavouring rather than actually something you want to eat. So don't worry about leaving those ingredients in there. They just would have infused into that stock and made it really, really nourishing and good for you. That's already looking amazing. Okay, cool. And then I've got some fresh chopped spring onions here, and I'm just gonna scatter those into the soup. Okay, and it is as simple as that. I mean, it's probably one of the easiest dishes you can make. I think it's easier to make than chicken noodle soup. And it is actually a little bit more delicious, I'm gonna be honest. So we've got our kimchi, our samgyetang, and our dipping salt, and I am getting hungry. You know, this is comfort food at its, like, I suppose, best, you know. It's kind of like what we've all been brought up with, really, isn't it? So I think the times that I want to eat something like this is when I'm feeling a bit run down. It's sort of like one of those classic cliched hugs from within. Which also was one of the reasons I wanted to show you this dish, because it's a completely different side of Korea, which is normally really punchy and acidic and in your face. It really is one of the most delicious things you can eat. I really want you to give it a go, and if you do, then just let me know how you get on by putting some comments in the box below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking here, and then for more recipes, just click here. All right, we'll see you again.